Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do a firing for ceramic bisqueware that has been painted, or as we call it in ceramics, glazed. So using the ceramic glazes, once a bisqueware object has been painted, we can load the kiln. If you look inside the kiln, it's actually loaded right now with glazed pieces ready to fire. And for glazed pieces, you need to have these stilts in place. Otherwise, as the glaze melts, it will fuse the ceramic pieces to the bases in here. So you always want to make sure and use the stilts when you're firing glazed pieces. If it's just bisqueware, you don't need to have stilts. Things can be in there by themselves, resting on top of each other. That should be fine. Okay, so for setting the control panel to do a glaze firing, first we're going to turn the switch on. Okay, it should say idle, and it should say the resting temperature of the kiln right now. So for glaze, we're going to do fast glaze. So it should say fast glaze, enter, and it's going to ask us what cone to fire it at. The glazes we have are all cone 06. So you would make sure it says 06. If it doesn't, at this point you would just enter in, oops, those two numbers. Okay, and enter. And so if we want to see what we've entered in so far to make sure it's correct, you would just push review program. We're going to stop it. Fast glaze, enter. Cone 06, perfect, enter. Hold, we don't want it to hold for any amount of time. Okay, so now let's review the program. Fast glaze, cone 06, that's the temperature it'll reach. It's not going to hold for any period of time, and we're not delaying it for when it starts. Okay? So we're good. So now we just make sure the kiln is all closed up, make sure the lid is latched, make sure the plugs are in so no heat escapes, and then we would go ahead and press start. Make sure it says on. You'll hear it make clicky sounds. And then a glazing, I'm going to turn it off for now. A glazing will take about 6 to 7 hours to fire, and another 6 or 7 hours to cool down completely until you can open the kiln again and remove the pieces. It will always tell you what temperature the kiln is currently at out here. So if it is above 150 degrees Fahrenheit, you do not want to be touching it, and you don't want to be opening it. Okay, so wait till it cools down, cooler than 150 degrees, before you open it to look inside. Okay, that's it.